Hey everyone, my name is Christoph Jakob. I'm a stone art enthusiast and a music composer for video games.
So far, we've only checked out battle themes from the new Mario and Luigi game.
Today, let's check out the music that plays on an island called Heatfreeze Island. This is going to be a bit of a spoiler, but this is my favorite island track in the entire game. Let's go! Very nice E minor chord. This already sounds like such a sparse arrangement. Also, the drums are super simplistic. Such a nice chord progression. Also, the marimba as the lead instrument is an interesting choice. Oh, unexpected chord. Heatfreeze Island is one of the main islands in the third part of the game. I personally like to call the different segments on the map continents. As the name of the island already gives away, the contrasting elements fire and ice play an important role in this part of the game. Does the music evoke a stereotypical sense of fire and ice music though? Personally, I'd say not really. At least, not in the way you'd expect. Basically, the entire first part of the tune consists mainly of an acoustic guitar pattern and a main melody that's played by a marimba. The choice of chords and the way it is arranged makes Heatfreeze Island's music sound really sad and lonely. The chord progression honestly couldn't be more straightforward than it is. But I think that's perfect for a tune like this. And the rhythmic pattern is also super straightforward. It goes something like this. Da, 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 da. The only thing that's a little out of the ordinary is the very final chord that we've heard so far. Instead of moving to a B minor chord again, we're instead moving to an F chord with A in the bass. You would write that as F/A. Some people also refer to that as F over A. These so-called slash chords are also called inversions. The letter on the left tells you which chord to play, while the letter on the right tells you which note from that chord is at the very bottom. If it's F, then you would just call it F major. But F over A means that it is an F major chord, but its major third, A, is the lowest note of the chord. On guitar, playing inversions can be a real challenge sometimes, especially if you're not used to it. Here are two ways you could play an F over A chord. Oh, unexpected chord. Now we get to hear a banjo and an accordion. Which is interesting. But it fits the general, stylistic approach that the entire soundtrack has. This sounds a lot like actual Mario Luigi music, that's great. Just like the first section, this part here focuses mainly on minor chords again. This for sure contributes to the overall melancholy vibes of the tune. Notice how the melody itself is actually surprisingly simple, using mostly direct chord tones. In the case of B minor, chord tones would mean the root, minor third and fifth that make up the chord. That's exactly what the melody is doing. No surprises, nothing out of the ordinary. Whenever the melody does deviate from that, it's still kept fairly simple, usually moving up or down in small steps. Sometimes simplicity is all that a tune really needs.
No, I need music that matches my intellect, knowledge, and taste, otherwise it is objectively bad.
Try and avoid people like that as much as you can. The tune slowly prepares itself for what I consider to be the best part of the entire piece of music. The climax of the tune, if you so will. This sounds a lot like actual Mario Luigi music, that's great. Oh, I love this part. Best possible chord to change to. So good, so good. I think out of all the tracks I've heard so far, this is the one that sounds the most Shimomura-esque. What is it that makes this part so memorable, so catchy, and just such a pleasure to listen to? In my opinion, it's a combination of two things. The exact chords that have been chosen, as well as the way the melody is treated. The climax starts on E minor, our one chord, our home base, the most stable chord in the key. We get to hear a nice little melody that's being played on top of this one chord. After that, the tune moves to C major, the so-called flat 6 chord. Flat 6 chords have this tendency to sound epic, emotional, or bittersweet sometimes. While the chords move from E minor to C major, the melody is actually almost identical over both chords. It goes something like this. Repetition is one of my personal favorite elements in songwriting, especially if you repeat a melody or motif, while only the chords around it are changing. Repetition is not a bad thing by any means.
No, I need music that matches my intellect, knowledge, and taste, otherwise it is objectively bad.
Try and avoid people like that as much as you can. There's something about flat 6 chords that just hits me in the feels, almost making me feel like a child again. Mom! I think out of all the tracks I've heard so far, this is the one that sounds the most Shimomura-esque. Oh, that was interesting rhythmically. We just walk up a minor scale at the end. Da, 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 but that sounds perfect. I just adore this tune. It's so memorable, so catchy, and also surprisingly emotional. Very nice. The Mario Luigi vibes are just really strong in this tune. We all know that Yoko Shimomura did not write the music for this game for once. But it's tunes like this where I feel like the new composer might have intentionally been inspired by Yoko Shimomura's music to a degree. I adore this tune. This is one of my favorite tunes in the entire series. Thanks for watching. Like this video and subscribe to the channel if you have not already. Join my Discord, follow me on Blue Sky, consider becoming a member of the Member Channelship channel membership, or check out my band 2 Meeps. Links to all of that in the description as always. Thanks, and I'll see you all next time.